How's it going out there? This is Feed Your Mind. And so in the Bible, there's a story about three brothers. Their names was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And so I believe this was Babylon, and everybody was bowing down. There was a time of worship where the whole community had to bow down before the king. And these three brothers were the only ones left standing up because everybody around them had fell to their faces and hands and knees and put their face down so that they could bow and worship. It was like an idol or something, or it was the king. I forget exactly who they were worshiping, but it was some type of act of worship. And the only ones that didn't comply were the three brothers. And they gave them an opportunity to comply, I believe, and they rejected. They refused, and then they were like, well, it looks like we're going to have to sentence you guys to burn in the furnace. So the three brothers were ordered into a fiery furnace for not complying. And when the guards threw them in there, they came back, after a while, they looked in there, and it wasn't three of them in there. I believe it was four in there now in the furnace, but they had only put three in there. And so they're wondering what was going on. They were just sitting there like nothing was happening to them. They let them out after a while, and then they said, hey, we saw four of you in there. And it turned out that the fourth one was, I suppose it was an angel of God that was in there protecting them from the fire. And they were not burned at all. They came out totally fine. And so what's going on now is, well, on January 4th, they want to make everybody comply. Well, in most jobs, mostly jobs with 100 or more employees. And the latest I heard about that, the media's been strangely silent about, because I saw in a report that has been blocked and challenged by, I believe it was a 5th district federal judge. And it's like the media doesn't want to report on this because, it's like a lot of the information out there is like 30-second clips. And it's just like they're so upset because if you ask me, the media, well, I saw evidence that a lot of the media is owned, bought and paid for by these companies that want you to comply. So the ones that want you to comply, the ones behind, the companies behind them, that's who pays the media and a lot of the politicians. So it's like a conflict of interest than listening to the media, if you ask me. But it looks like there was a block, and this issue looks like it's going to be taken all the way up to the Supreme Court. So I don't know if that's going to cause a delay for the January 4th OSHA mandate or what. It's looking like they're not allowed to move forward with this. From what like I said, the articles so far have been pretty vague and not a whole lot of information. But what I could find, it looks like there was like several states that came together. I think it was like around 20 states to sue OSHA, and the judge said they have a valid argument. And it looks like, don't quote me on this, but it looks like it was frozen. Like it doesn't look like they can move forward with this. I'll leave a link to the information I can find available for this information, so you can look more into it yourself. But yeah, that's kind of the information I caught, that there's going to be a stoppage. So hopefully there's a stoppage. What I'm reading is correct, and it looks like they might not be able to move forward on the 4th. They might have to delay it and get it approved through the Supreme Court in order to move forward. And at that point, look, let's see if the Supreme Court pushes it through or not. If the Supreme Court agrees with the lower courts and decides that, yeah, that's personal responsibility, a personal choice, to comply. If they decide that's a constitutional right that they have to um, pay attention to, then that means that they might not be able to move forward with this. So we'll have to see. But yeah, as far as the three brothers, I mean, yeah, it seemed kind of like it was a scripture that kind of came to me because it just kind of reminded me of what's going on. Like mostly everybody around them, these three brothers, like pretty much everybody was complying. They're like, what are you guys doing? Put your head down. You know what's going to happen to you? Like, go ahead. Like, that was the attitude of everybody else. Like, just do it. Just do it. Just worship the image, or the king or whatever they're worshiping. Just worship it. Bow down before it with everybody else. Just do it. It's like, I remember my parents used to tell me as a kid, like, my dad used to be like, if everybody jumped off the bridge or a building, are you going to jump off the building? Like, as far as teaching the child, they're trying to teach me and installing me principles, like, just you don't follow the crowd just because everybody else is doing it. And that's kind of the pressure that they're making, like, everybody do now. It's like, okay, so your job's on the line, so go ahead and do this. Go ahead and comply because now your job's on the line, and that's actually moving it's moving the needle. I shouldn't say that, but it's moving the crowd to comply. Just by saying, putting their jobs on the line is moving some of them, not everybody though. So, yeah, we'll see how this federal appeals court situation turns out. Like I said, right now it looks like there was a stoppage to everything. I hope that's accurate. I hope that's what I'm reading correct. Because my job's actually in line. They're already getting, they're coming down on me too. They're saying like on the 4th, I have to comply. So look, if you can support this channel right now, I'd appreciate it because coming soon, like in a couple months, my situation might be different. I'm gonna try to figure out if there's I'm gonna try to go through with the exemptions and stuff. But yeah, if you guys could support this channel, I'd appreciate it just by donating $1. But we're gonna need a substantial amount of supporters now. Like if I can get like a lot of you to like, maybe like right now I'm at under 200 patrons. If I can get to like 500 to 1,000 patrons, I think I'd be okay through all this because I'm not planning on complying. Just like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, I'm gonna hold the line, and I'm not going for it. I'm not going. So, yeah, we'll see how everything turns out. But I know God got me. Like God had Meshach and them. He had their back. They went through it. They had they knew and they felt in their heart not to comply, and they didn't. Everybody else was complying. That's how it is around for a lot of us out here. The holdouts. It's like a lot of people are actually going for it. Like they're actually complying because they're like, okay, their job is on the line, and they're going through it there. But the holdouts are sincerely have a strong belief not to do this. So, the example showed us in the Bible like something kind of similar was happening with these three brothers who didn't comply when everybody else was. I mean, yeah, it's not an act of worship or nothing, but it's something that's a strongly held belief not to comply, and it's like it's strong enough to walk away from your career if it's something that's strong inside of you saying do not comply. You know, it's that's the biblical story that popped in my head when I was thinking about, like, wow, this is actually happening. So yeah, like I said, I'll leave a link if you want to find out more information about this block to the compliance mandate, and let me know what you can make out of that. It looks like it's pretty much blocked. Also, if leave. Also, like I said, if you can donate to the channel, you can donate as little as $1 to help keep things going here, keep Feed Your Mind online. And then also, I'll leave links to my social media and my other channels. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.